you made the jump from 1000 XP to Turbo S. Tell me about what were your initial thoughts? I mean, ride quality, things like that, performance.
So I always was over my head on the trail with my 1000.
Okay.
I always picked trails that were too hard for the machine, really. So I was just beating the crap out of all the time.
Sure.
Which again, shameless plug. I had quality parts.
Why it held up.
So it held up. I feel bad for that razor because
Sure.
it was on the, it's overheated it. I've beat it down a bunch of times and I've taken care of it, so it would take it again. But I was tired of feeling outgunned, so I finally went with the Turbo S. I actually bought the RCV display razor from RCV. So yeah, I knew where I was very happy with that. The only person to really abuse it was me. But it's the Dynamics Turbo S is worth the hype.
Okay.
I mean, it really is.
Now that's the adjustment between like firms, comfort, things like that.
Absolutely. Okay. It comes with a bunch of bells and whistles and creature comforts and navigation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And it's definitely worth it.
Really?
I'm super happy with it.
Have you been in a Pro XP yet?
Yeah.
What do you think?
They're awesome.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. I don't like that I like it.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. I'd build a Pro XP if it were possible.
Is the hesitation based on the looks, or is it just like, because I feel like social media and like the common consensus behind it is it's like a kind of vehicle.
I think the Pro XP, the looks, it's just different.
Yeah.
I mean, people were expecting a certain look and they didn't get it. And
you think they were looking for the K-name? Do you think they were looking for like that look, that aggression, like slam?
It is similar.
It is.
But when you sit in it, it's totally vastly different.
Yes.
That Can-Am has that sports car feel, and you still have that like truck feel in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I would highly agree with
in a razor, and I prefer that for my kind of style riding. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's every change has a lot of people that nobody likes change. It's always kind of hard to deal with.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, and I don't know, we had Polaris on, and I had a little conversation with Polaris. A lot of that interview had to be censored a little bit there. So that being said, I don't think no one's going to get mad. The Pro R,
the
alleged race car that's coming out, the rumored car. What would you want to see? And is there any? Well, let me ask you this first. Is there anything that would make you leave your Turbo S like promptly?
Promptly? I mean, financially, finances aside,
yes.
Yes, I would say that a proper transfer case and proper hubs, like automotive style unit bearing or something like that, would make me change.
Now, when you say proper transfer case, that implies the whole drivetrain switch.
Yeah, like a separate front and rear drive shaft situation where you have a case that's not all The transmission is a very intimidating rear diff, transfer case, transmission, all in one box. There, it's a lot going on, and if you break one part of it, you're
doing the whole thing.
The whole thing. So. I think that would be cool. Personally, I don't know what's coming. Have speculated, but those are the two things that I would like to see myself personally.
How much power is too much power?
I don't think there's such thing.
Okay.
Being in the driveline world, I guess we've always kind of had this attitude of bring it on.
Sure.
So I've never really seen too much power. You got some rock bouncer guys that were over 1,000 horsepower, and years ago you'd think that's completely unnecessary, but you see it being beneficial.
Well, it's almost the standard now. It's very beneficial.
So for a trail wheeler, I mean, I will say from my perspective, because I come from just off-roading.
Yeah.
I come from an off-road club in Alabama where we're just trail riding. So my perspective of a razor guy is if you're a true off-roader, I feel like you should know how to do some trail repairs. And you should know some trail etiquette, stuff like that. But now you got these guys jumping in a super capable machine, knowing nothing about off-roading.
Yeah.
And, it's a little risky. It's a little tough on people and parts and stuff. But, I mean, the people that know how to handle the power, there's no such thing as too much power.
I would agree with that.
So I wouldn't say that the machine shouldn't be the limiting factor. I think it should be the driver.
So let me. I got two different directions I want to go. The first is going to be the SpeedUTV. Have you seen?
I have.
So Robbie Gordon's version of the Wildcat XX.
Yeah.
I am a fan of the Wildcat XX. If it had more aftermarket support, I probably would have one. I thought it was cool. I thought the looks aren't the best, but suspension wise, technology wise, I really think it's got really neat things going on. It would be one of those that I would buy just to like, ooh, I have one, and then it would probably go back away. But SpeedUTV is coming out, and it's a fully fledged race car from the get go. I posted a video on my Instagram, and it's been floating around social media, and this car looks ridiculously fast, like sped up video levels of fast. So I don't know what to think about it, to say the least, but I can tell you it's gonna be interesting. What are your thoughts when you see something like this?
I like the progression. I like to see something new. I like to see somebody pushing the limits. His program is very inclusive. He's got his own thing. He's got his own stuff for it. It's his aftermarket program for his machine. From what I understand, at least.
I don't have a whole lot of information on it. I'm really asking for knowledge here.
Yeah, I don't really either. Yeah. We didn't get into the program for the previous machine ourselves at RCV. Just demand, really.
Well, I mean, on top of that, it also has some very odd telescoping technology that I wouldn't think would be worth the R&D.
We learned a lot with it, but yeah, man, I don't know. I don't have much to give you on that. I'm watching your video thinking, man, that's cool.
Dude, it's so fast. It's so fast. If that's a reality, and for those who haven't seen it, just go on SpeedUTV on Instagram. If that is a real car that can compete, it's under 999 cc's. It's pushing some crazy amount of horsepower. There will be no one who can even stand close. Like, that's how I feel about it, and it doesn't seem real to me, because it's like downloading a cheat code. There's no way. Yeah. There's no way that something is that fast.
It's going to be unique. It's going to be interesting to see how that progresses the rest of the industry. That's exactly kind of what I want to see. I know that it seems the big manufacturers are a little slow around the curve, but there's a lot that they have to do.